Alrighty guys, this is the last episode of this little monk mode series I have done. It is the 31st of August today, so that basically concludes my monk mode for this month. So looking at my little record I've got here that I had from the start. So obviously today's not over. I haven't done the meditation for today yet. I have done the exercise and the one thing task, but overall it could have been better. Could have been much worse, so I'm pretty happy that I did it at all. For this week so far, I missed only one day, which was Thursday. I'm pretty sure I just didn't get around to exercising. It was just a busy day. Yeah, so assuming I get the meditation done for today, and that counts as a +1, that will mean I've got 4 for this week. Yeah, so adding all the week totals up, that will give me a grand total of 17, which I think isn't too bad for out of essentially 31. It doesn't sound great, but I think it's pretty good, so I'm pretty happy with it. So pretty much I'm glad I did the monk mode at all. Sure, I didn't ace every day and get a full 31 out of 31, but I'm glad I did it. I think I am better off than I would have been anyway. Really the main things I got out of it were I just feel better. Like every day I feel happier, more positive, I've got more energy. And I think the main thing with that is just that meditation. It really gives you a chance to clear your mind at either the very start or very end of the day. I think is the best times to do it. I usually do it at the very end, so it's a good way to switch off and get ready for essentially your night routine or whatever you're doing. Yeah, but so another big factor with that is the exercise. That really strongly contributes to how you feel, and getting that, half an hour of exercising every day, it definitely makes a difference. I just feel better knowing that I've done exercise for one, but it does also, release endorphins, and there's a lot of biochemical processes that do really show how important exercise is and how beneficial it is, not only for your physical health and getting stronger, but also with your mental health and just having a good mental well-being. So yeah, another really big benefit of the monk mode is I have gotten through a lot more books than I normally would, which is great. Just so many books that I want to get through, so I can't read enough. It's really hard, but over the course of this month I read a total of 6 or 7 books depending on how you look at it. I'm still reading a book called The Almanac of Naval Ravikant, so I haven't quite finished that yet. I'm towards the end, but that will essentially be the 7th book that I've read for this month, which I think is really good. If I can keep getting through 7 books a month, that would be amazing. On top of that, I've also gotten through more work than I otherwise would have with my one thing task. There have definitely been days where I didn't get that done, which is annoying. But yeah, that task varies from day to day on whatever my highest leverage task is for that day. Anyway, so just kind of giving a bit of more of an overview of kind of what's going on in my life right now, a bit more broadly. Just a reminder, these videos are a lot of just a record or a journal entry for myself. So, it's just nice to be able to look back and see what I was doing at this time, what I was thinking, what I was feeling. So I'll just go through a bit of some of that kind of stuff with you guys. So first of all, in only about 3 weeks' time, I am going to Bali with my family, which I'm super excited for. It's a holiday that my parents are doing because they are both turning 50 this year. So we're going to Bali with them for 2 weeks, which I'm super hyped about. There'll be a good chance to relax, take a break, and it's over the school holidays as well, so really nice chance to get away. Speaking of school, I just wanted to quickly touch on a little bit more on how I'm feeling about school at the moment. So I think I'm not failing any of my subjects, which is good, but I'm not putting much effort into any of my classes, which there's pros and cons of. Obviously, I would rather not be failing anything, which I'm not yet, but I also would like to put as much effort and work into, the business and working on myself at the moment. So yeah, I think school is still a big kind of mental roadblock for me to get over. I believe that it's holding me back in a way, but I also think I'm using that as an excuse, so I'm trying really hard to just accept it, go on with school, do the work. I wouldn't say do the bare minimum, but I wouldn't say I'm trying to be a straight A student either. On another note, I just wanted to quickly go over some of the habits or regular activities and practices that I would like to get into a bit more, having read some of the books over the course of the month and other videos and stuff that I've watched. So firstly, I think my One of my takeaways from doing the monk mode is that as much as I love meditation, I am already a pretty peaceful or phlegmatic person, if you could want to put it like that. And I think that I don't really need or feel as much value in meditation as I think other people really would. So I definitely recommend for most people who often have a lot of energy, find it hard to relax and just sit with their own thoughts. I definitely recommend doing meditation. It's a very good practice to clear your mind, to relax. It's got so many benefits for not just like your general health, but in so many aspects of life. It's really good for you. But I just don't think that it is one of the main things I need to be doing at the moment. I'm already, I would say, pretty chill. I'm not too stressed about much. I think that might actually be my problem. Sometimes I'm not driven enough. I don't have enough, I wouldn't say I don't have enough energy, but I don't feel as driven to do a lot of work and stuff. So I don't think I will continue with meditation, but instead I will definitely get more into journaling, I think. I recently watched a video that Luke told me to watch, which was from Tim Ferriss, which talks about how he does his journaling and his systems. And what he does is he has 3 types of journals. So he has a morning pages, a 5-minute daily journal for the morning and night, and then he also has a basically pocket journal which he carries with him everywhere. So yeah, just to go through what those are. So the morning pages, first of all, is a practice that he does every morning where he writes out any thoughts he has or tasks for the day, what's going on in his head at the moment, just to quickly clear your mind and really get ready for the day. The 5 minutes morning and evening journal, I think, is the one I really want to get into. That might be the first one I do. It's just a quick practice of each morning and each night talking about what I'm looking forward to for the day, things I'm grateful for, and then in the afternoon, things such as what went well, what could have gone better, how could I have made the day more fun or something like that. I definitely recommend you go watch his video which talks about it. If I remember, I'll link it up the top. But yeah, so I would really like to get more into consistent journaling every day. And I will use that as a bit of a supplement for meditation because it has similar effects of being able to clear your mind, put it all on the paper. And yeah, speaking of that, I want to try and transition from doing a lot of my journaling online, on digital format, so on my laptop or on my phone, and transition onto just using paper and actually writing it down. Yeah, I think I definitely want to make sure I do that transition. There are some, I think, shown benefits that handwriting is better for you and you retain things better, obviously, in the sense of learning. But it's also just nicer to be able to get a break from the devices and screens and stuff when I'm in those journaling blocks. And on top of that, I would really like to get into writing more notes on the books or whatever I'm listening to. So a practice I want to get into is at the end of each day, writing out my 3 main takeaways of what I got from that day, whether it is in books I read, podcasts I listened to, any other interviews or just YouTube videos I watched that I found value in, and the 3 main takeaways for each day. And then every now and then I'll be able to look back on those, and then if any still really stick out to me, I will take those again and kind of circle them, make sure I know that that's one that really sticks out, and then maybe do something with that, make it into a video, or just be more aware that is something I need to work on or a key point that I need to focus on. I also want to do a bit more thorough overall book summaries, so I would like to, more so in the middle of books as well, or at the end of each chapter, write the actionable steps I got out of that chapter. So I think there are benefits to just writing a book summary as a whole at the end of the book, but there's a lot more benefits if you can think about what the actionable steps are. And by that I mean, what are the actual things and actions you can do from that book that you want to implement into your routines and habits. So for example, a lot of books have their own steps and activities that they give you. So I really want to make sure I'm doing those as I'm reading it. Because I think if you find what your takeaways are, even if you don't remember the book as a whole or any specific quotes, if you can take away from the book a single action that you want to implement into your life, it's much more beneficial than just writing an overview of the book that you might never look back on. Just quickly speaking of the podcast, me and Luke are currently, we haven't filmed one in a while, but the system we're going for at the moment is just uploading one every week on Monday. I still have to go through and edit and schedule all of the podcast videos. But yeah, if you want to watch them, feel free to go onto Spotify. You can watch them on there. Otherwise, you can listen on pretty much any podcast platform and just listen from there. But yeah, if you are interested, I would really appreciate you guys going to check it out. Okay, so in terms of what I'm doing with YouTube from here on out, I think I won't necessarily be doing weekly videos like I have been doing, but I would like to keep uploading some content. So what I'll do, I'll probably put more effort into what I am going to post. I'll do more planning, more setting up, film a bit more B-roll to make it more interesting for you guys. But yeah, again, it won't necessarily be every week that a video will come out. I would like to keep up some sort of regular log of what I'm up to, but it might not be as consistent as every week. I think for simple shorts and stuff like I used to do, for example, with my Project 50, which I did on Instagram and YouTube. Technically it's on both, you can watch it. But yeah, just short form like that, I might get back into and post onto my Instagram for the main part. But I think I would really like to work on turning my Instagram into basically a digital portfolio. And by that, I mean that is what people see when they first look up my name on Instagram, for example. So I want it to be nice and clean and laid out. It's all relatively professional videos, but looks really neat and tidy and just shows a lot of the work I'm doing and in a more overview. Whereas the individual shorts I can still upload, but then put them onto the shorts tab specifically, so it's not showing up on my main profile. Just to quickly kind of sum up what is happening in the business at the moment, so I can again look back on this, know what's happening. I am currently working on a lot of the systems and processes of the business, so trying to make things more seamless, build out just the overall systems in place in the business to make things more efficient, to get more clients through, and to just make things easier, because at the moment Luke is doing a lot of things. So I'm trying to find what the tasks I can do in the business are to essentially take some of that weight off him. So specifically at the moment for that, I am trying to work on building some content for the Chess Media profile on Instagram to build more awareness, obviously get more leads, more clients. And by that, probably it's just going to be a bunch of shorts, which I'm currently planning out and setting up. And then him or I, not 100% sure yet, probably him, will film a bunch and try and schedule them, get them ready to be posted to keep up some of that engagement on the Chess Media, which is the name of the business, to keep up with the Chess Media account on Instagram, to keep leads coming, potential clients obviously. So at the moment we've got 3 test clients which are going through the process. 2 of them I think have had the filming done and we've started the editing. 1 still needs to get the filming done. And then Luke is pretty much starting straight on the test clients, which are going to be paid but at still a discounted price. But at the moment, the main thing we're trying to do is get as many people through the system, just going through from start to finish and getting as much feedback as possible at each step. So all the way from the very start, when he's booking calls, setting stuff up, getting simple communications, we're trying to find the best way to do all of that stuff. So it's mainly at this point, building out and making it as good as possible, which is why we are doing free clients. It's just to test the product or service, I should say, that we have and to see where the flaws are, how to make it better. So yeah, just to finish up for this video, as far as what's coming up for me, will obviously be the podcast, which will continue coming out every week. I don't know when we will film the next episode, but looking forward to that. I am really enjoying it. I've definitely got some really good and nice comments about it, which is really great. I'm really glad I've done the monk mode. This will be potentially the last video for a while, but hopefully the next video that I post on my YouTube will be a bit more professional, a bit more planned out, and I'll put a bit more effort into it for you guys. But again, for the moment, it's a lot just about looking back for myself to be able to see what I'm doing at the moment. But yeah, that's about it, guys. I'm glad you've stuck around for these last, I guess, 4 or 5 videos that I've done for this monk mode. And yeah, if you're still around, I'll see you in the next video, guys.